I think it's crazy that more and more people aren't absolutely furious or even shocked by how fast the US debt has been rising. This is not going to work at all. Things are going to start breaking soon, which is exactly what they want. It is something we are going to talk about. Hi, and welcome to the group, everyone. My name is Nick. If this video is your first time on the channel, I hope you decide to join by the end. You should also follow me on all of my social media accounts right now, if you aren't already. That way you can make sure you see all of the crypto information I post. There are links to those things in the text below. Join the free Discord as well to make sure you are in charge of your financial freedom. The free Discord has a lot of information, guides, exit plans, and other things. And that Discord already has more than 6,000 users. If you want to join, click on the links in the text below right now. Let's talk about a few other things now. Let's talk about having debt. The US now owes $35.1 trillion. In the last 2 days, the government debt has grown by another record amount, $100 billion. It will reach $36 trillion in 20 days and $40 trillion by the end of 2044 if it keeps going at this rate. We're talking about $5 trillion out, $5 trillion, which is about $4.90 from now until the end of the year. I'd like to ask you guys that quickly. Once more, do you think this can last? If you answered yes, I believe you are crazy. There is no way this won't lead to a complete breakdown. Below from Game of Trades, he wrote an excellent piece about debt and how it's rapidly out of hand. Things will not go well. They want things to go badly, so it will. A lot of people forget that the US and the people who control money are not stupid or dumb. They have a game going on. For some reason, a lot of people are missing the point of their very complex game. Let's take a good look at this, okay? In the 1980s and 1990s, debt was very small compared to what it is now. It was true that things were getting out of hand, but after 2000, the U.S. debt went through the roof, especially after 2008. From 2008 on, the big thing was that a lot of people thought, well, look at us, we're getting better. Things are going much better in real estate. Things are getting better for the business. Guess what happened in the end? The economy was boosted and the recovery was faked by making a lot of money and then faked the turnaround after a wait. These days we're in a worse time than a wait. We didn't get better. They just print money to cover up the cracks. By this measure, the US debt has grown from $1 trillion to $35 trillion in the last 40 years, with a shocking $3 trillion rise in just the last year. The fast rise in debt is now faster than the growth of the economy in 2015. In history, this was the first time that US GDP was less than us debt. Today, the business is worth about 28 trillion, but the debt is 35 trillion. It's worse than 2008, as I said. This is really bad. Well, they want this too. This is what they really want. The United States had 122% of its GDP in debt. Men, go back to 2008. By the way, this shows that we never got over 2008. Compare where we were in 2008 to where we are now. Compared to where we want to be with GDP and the ratio of debt to GDP, we didn't get back on track. We just tried to fix broken glass by printing a lot of money and getting the economy going again. It's interesting that the stock market doesn't seem to care that the debt to GDP ratio is going up, even though debt levels have been high since 2010. Things have gone well on the market, hence the question, how long can this go on for before something very important breaks? It's going to break in the end. By the way, we need to be very careful because we don't know when. What's really going on here, though, makes me think of a wait move in this market and even beyond this market. There won't be anything like waiting. In fact, it will be much worse. The old traditional structure will fall apart because of this. This has been talked about a lot of times, and recently a lot of it was brought up on X, and it kind of went viral. We look at this and see that it has almost 700,000 views, a huge number of likes, and a huge number of retweets. This is because the stage is being set for the biggest financial crash in history. This was put up by Ian Carroll. There will be no more loans, and they will not try to fix this at all. Things are going to get much worse from now on. There won't be a comeback. It's not going to get better on its own. This is what I said, what this is really leading to. Please play the drums. The switch to a digital money system. This has been planned for a while, most likely since the financial collapse of 2008. Everyone in the world is waiting for the curtain to fall on the show. The new system will be shown next. I mean, look at what the bees announced this year. The Finternet, or Internet of Value Ripple, has been pushing this idea since the beginning. It has been planned for a while now, and it's already beginning to happen. This is another reason why I still hold XRP. From what I've learned, it's clear that it has a purpose. Also, let's give this some thought. And when we talked about debt, Trump said, oh, we'll just use Bitcoin to pay off the debt for the debt for the debt. We'll just use Bitcoin. That's fun. But let's be honest, we're not going to solve this problem that way. They really want the old standard system to fall apart in a planned way, no matter what it takes. That's why we need to look at this. They are doing that right now. A huge financial crash is being planned by them so that we have a reason to push for a digital system that can fix everything. And this is pretty much where we can start from scratch. There are different points of view, but Augustin Carstens, executive director of the BIs, says that tokenized financial assets can be added to the unified ledger. It shows a huge step forward in financial design, and the internet is now here. Look at this. Because of this, I think there are times when we need to take huge steps that cause us to rethink the whole banking system and encourage the creation of completely new structures. Let me show you what a giant leap looks like in real life. Tokenization is a tool that I think could completely change the way money works. Tokenized digital assets have the rules and logic for how they can be used, as well as the details needed to uniquely identify the assets and their owners. Tokens could speed up, lower the cost, and make financial transactions more efficient if they were used properly. Note that I used my qualifier correctly. It's important. Tokenized assets could only slightly improve the financial system on their own. Tokens would have to use the same long and complicated chains of messages sent back and forth between financial institutions if they were to trade through the current financial pipes. The banking system today is slowed down and costs a lot because of these complicated sentences. For tokenization to live up to its promise or make a huge step forward, we need to bring together the different types of tokens. The trust in the current two-tier system would be built upon by the unified record system. Commercial bank money is used for all deals, but central bank money is used for the final settlement. It's possible to make even bigger jumps. A few months ago, Nanda Nalakani and I wrote a paper outlining our ideas for how different financial communities can work together to create the future financial system, which we have named Finternet. People and companies would be able to make better decisions by putting their finances in the hands of the internet. A big part of this idea is unified ledgers that are linked to each other through application programming interfaces. A wide range of financial apps and services would be available to go with them, giving people more options and lower prices. That's all there is to it.